Hello, guys. Hello, replay watchers. You are who is with me right now. If you don't see a red light box right up here in the corner, this is a replay and you've missed me. But if you'll give me just a minute to put this where it needs to be and jump into my secondary device, that would be perfect. Okay. Just a minute, guys. Hi, Gina. Hi, Carol. Hello, friends. I'm just putting this where it needs to go. Or so I think. How are you guys doing today? Tiffany Tisdale. Hi, Tiffany. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Gina, for tuning in on both platforms. I see you there. Thank you. So I've got a different kind of setup today here in my office. So we're going to try to do Zodiac Monday from my office here so that you can, I like for you guys to be able to see the cards. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that this flows, and I just need a minute to find myself. Thank you. Hi, Julie Weavy. You like my office, darling? Thank you so much. This will be better when I can put the phone away. How's the broadcast flowing? Because that was one of the barriers that prevented me from coming to the office was the internet glitching. And it was good yesterday, but yesterday I was like the only person here. So let me know if you're having issues because my phone is frozen. And it could be because my service is not great here in the building. So please let me know, guys. Thank you. No glitching, huh? Wow. Okay, so let me just get out and come back in on this device. Thank you so much for all the feedback. Okay. Spirit. How's everyone's week been, man? The energies have been something, right? You know what I mean? So how's everybody been? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing okay. Hey, Lillian Fry. Amanda McAllister is here. Hello, friends. Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm just going to make sure I'm disconnecting from anything else. And hello and welcome in, guys. These are not individual readings today. I'm not doing individual readings today. I'm not doing mediumship on this live. I am doing zodiac readings only. So check out your zodiac sign. Your sun sign would be your predominant message. However, you may have placements in other areas that are speaking to you at this time. So listening and letting your ears perk up with an open heart, taking whatever resonates and leaving the rest for others is really what Spirit has in store for you if you are able to do just that. Because everyone has a message to hear here with the Zodiac readings on Zodiac Monday. I know the week is just beginning, feeling a little off. It's been a long week and it's only Monday. Yes, I understand. I don't feel like it's Monday. I definitely don't feel like Monday vibes. You know what I mean? And I want to say this. Look, I almost didn't come into the office to do the Zodiacs because, like, on Saturday, I received some donations. I was able to put $50 in gas in my truck, and I came to the office here yesterday. And I did the things that I had scheduled yesterday, psychic community page, a couple of other subgroups that I work with. And then, I went back home, and then I thought about it today, like, oh, it's only Zodiacs, I don't have multiple commitments. The gas is quite expensive, but I realized, like, you guys are my page and you guys are my folks and you guys want to see me here. So I was able to make 2 trips to the office on the gas that I earned on Saturdays. So that was yesterday and today. I wanted to bring you guys right here in the office space with me. So Zodiac Monday here. Now, I can't guarantee when I'll be back again, okay, because life is a little up in the air right now, but I'm super excited that we are here. I hope this setup flows okay. I feel all backwards and weird about it because it's out of my comfort zone. It's not my typical norm. I have a flow in a different way, and now I'm shaking things up. So I'm very excited. Today we're doing Zodiac readings only. I do the readings by element, okay, and then I go deeper with each of the signs in that element, because predominantly, the elements may be experiencing some of the same patterns. That's the way they come through in my reading. So I will be reading for the earth signs first. That is the way the cookie crumbles. I'll tell you what, I'm an earth sign, and I'm expecting to hear good news this week, you guys. Good news for all of the signs this week. I feel shifts in the collective. And you can either, decide to put your best foot forward and move into a positive direction of your own choosing, or you can be whisked away in the chaos and the madness that's going on around here and there. So it's up to you, no matter what sign you have, to decide how you want to live your life, all right? Because the energy patterns are quite tumultuous at this time, here, there, the other place. So, your own sovereignty is crucial. Now, earth signs are first: Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, followed by the fire. Wait, no, that's not what I said. Earth signs, followed by the air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And then it'll be the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And we will close with the fire signs, as we'll close the zodiac with the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because they were first last time. So that is the way that it works on my broadcast. That's the order of the readings today. I will be closing with a group pick a card message before we end the live for anyone who's live or on replay. And if you cannot stay for the entire reading, feel free to come back tomorrow, potentially. I do edit the videos. I chop them up and condense them down to the element, and I have timestamps for the individual signs. I put those on YouTube. I post them back here to my page. So if you're here or if you're in the Vibe Tribe, you get all that. So if you're not able to stay for the whole live, feel free to come back and watch your sign later. Hello, friends. Welcome in. Good morning, Carolyn. Good to see you, sweetheart. And hello, Blake. How are you? How's that job thing going? Good to see all my friends tuning in. Lillian, fellow Virgo, I know it, girl. I know it. And I am excited to be here with you guys. I want you to know that this is an 18 and over broadcast, all right? Because I'm an 18 and over kind of person. I cuss, I vape, and sometimes we talk about sensitive things, okay? So 18 and over only, please. But I am aligned with love and light and God, and I'm here of service of the greatest and highest good of all of you guys. So thank you so much for allowing me to be of service and sway for you. I love Zodiac Mondays. I love being able to do the horoscopes and the forecast for you guys. And I'm so incredibly grateful that spirit shows up full force every time. Thank you, God, and amen to that, okay? Because I'm just a regular, real person like anybody else, just like you guys. This is my job. This is what I do, is I read the cards, I give the forecasts, the horoscopes, etc. A lot of the things that I do are completely free. You just catch me live, you can get a reading, you can do all kinds of stuff, learn from me and everything else. However, I do offer one-on-one private sessions. I also have tarot videos for order. I have text message options now. I have 1 and 2 question text message options. I have several things that a one-on-one that you can meet with me if you desire to do so. I won't haggle you. Scammers do that kind of stuff. Legitimate practitioners don't haggle people to come DM them or send them money or any weird stuff. Okay. So protect yourself by reporting any suspicious activity, blocking those kinds of individuals. And if you want to connect with me, my link is in your description box, HeidiCorona.shop. That is the way to connect with me on a deeper level. Now, as far as the cards that we're going to be using today, friends, I'm going to be getting your vibes. Let me see. I don't even know where to put this. Hold on. This is new. I'm like, where's my camera? It's right here. Okay. Your vibes for my own real life Oracle deck. And I love being in my office too. Very grateful to be here and feel the vibes and be in the energy and in the flow of spirit. It's really a blessing, and I'm so grateful. So grateful. Yes, yes. Oh my God, yes. It's so hot here too, Terry. Oh my gosh, it's so hot here, but it's not as hot as it's been in last week, for instance, but we're up and down near the hundreds too. Oh, sending love and coolness. Hi, Diana on YouTube. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Pam. I just want to say hey to the friends who are jumping in. I see you, and I'm glad to have you in here with us. So, your vibes from my own real life Oracle deck. Some what's going on from the Quantum Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. I'll get used to this placement here, guys. I like for you to be able to see the cards. You know what I mean? And then we're going to get some additional factors from the Soul's Journey. Hi, Elizabeth. Glad to have you joining. Oh, bump my elbow, see? And then I'll go deeper with each of the signs with the Power of Surrender card, so we can find out what Spirit is asking you to surrender this week to embrace, whatever is of the greatest and highest good. All right. So that's the lineup. Thank you, Gina. I'll just be honest, guys. I recently moved, unexpectedly, and I've made some very big life changes. So I'm quite proud of myself for sticking to my guns and showing up to be of service when I say I'm going to be there, because it matters to me to live up to my word and to show up when I tell you I'm going to show up, because I know that you guys wait for it and you look forward to it, and that matters to me, and I thank you. I'm very grateful. I enjoy spending this time with you guys too. Hi, Monica. Good to see you, hon. Let me get my pillow right. Sorry about that. Whew. All right. Are we ready for this? Maybe. We'll see. Earth signs are first. Let's kick it off good. Love you, Julie. Love you, Terry. Thank you. Earth signs, your vibes for the week ahead. Spirit, your vibes for the week ahead. Earth signs. Big moves. Yeah. It's been quite the challenge. You know what I mean? But it's necessary. And so often Spirit brings through the message for us all that when the door opens and it feels like the right thing to do, you walk through that bad boy and you trust the divine. And that's exactly what I have done and what I am living. And I'm truly grateful. I am so grateful, and I'm excited for the next chapters of my life. And for you Virgos out there, believe me, I understand, and I hope that you are brave and bold and can step through the doorway and not accidentally get roped back into some kind of pattern that may be limiting you in some ways. Okay. We are a collective. And that's really for anyone. Yes, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your vibes the week ahead. Spirit, come on now. Maybe it's because I have them that way. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wow. Okay. Two cards for the Earth signs. What's going on here? Earth signs, what's going on? Thank you, Monica. Love you too, girl. Thank you. Yes, love that shit. And some additional factor. It's that fucking A right. Earth signs, I'm already loving this for us, man. I'm already loving it. Loving it. So yeah, you're still going to catch some of my broadcasts, in the other space where I'm at over there. But that's kind of new and exciting too. I'll find a flow over there, but I predominantly would love to be able to consistently be here and present, and to get a setup that feels fluid and comfortable, because this is not yet comfortable, but the more I do it, the more it will be, right? Taurus now. Spirit, I think I need to shuffle these guys. Hold on. They feel all sticky. Absolutely. Loving this. Now, Taurus, deeper with Taurus, Spirit, please. Deeper with Taurus. Ooh, I'd say it's that one. Did you see it? Taurus. All right. Virgo. Okay, whatever, Spirit. Okay. Capricorn. Capricorn. Thank you. You like it? You like it? It's all right? It's kind of like, it feels like my camera's not facing me. Like it feels like it's not facing me, but it is. I'm in the frame. You know, it's just a little bit different. Cap, this is yours. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. You know, in a lot of respects, I'm a lot happier, but I do have some fears, you know, and some doubts and uncertainties. But like, what human being doesn't ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you shift outside the comfort zone, it gets a little uncomfortable. But when you realize that the comfort zone wasn't all that comfortable either, it's like, I got to do something different. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing something different, and I'm doing it for me. I'm deciding what's in alignment, like what's really worth my time, you know, and what's giving back to me in a real way. Because so often, I need to say this apparently, so often we as kind individuals, compassionate individuals, or even empathic or highly sensitive type of individuals, we feel for people to the point of giving them such the benefit of the doubt that it comes back to bite ourselves. You know what I mean? And putting it into perspective that your comfort or your feelings do not matter more than my own. That's huge, because I was raised as a child to believe that everyone else's feelings mattered and mine did not. And also, this is something that just came up for me earlier, and this is my platform, and I'm going to share it with you because I fucking love you guys, and maybe you have something like this too. I realize it's really challenging. Well, it's hard for me to speak up for myself. That's been a chronic thing that I have to work on. Like literally, sometimes my throat will close up and the words won't come out. Like I can't breathe. You know, I've got to work on this. I'm very introverted. What you guys see here is the groomed professional broadcaster version of the introverted Heidi. Okay, so when I'm alone or I'm in my own world, you know, I'm very quiet, very shy. I'm not over there interjecting all the things. I'm watching all this. So it's a challenge for me to speak up, to be seen. And a lot of that goes back to childhood, because to be seen was to be in trouble, to be criticized, to be picked apart, to be told what was wrong with you. That was how a lot of my earlier days were. Okay, and even in adulthood, because I adopted the same kinds of relationships that reinforced those kinds of familiar life patterns. Are you with me? Anybody else here? So let's talk about this. I realized just this morning through watching another spiritual coach, they were speaking about not wanting to share deeply because of the way you were conditioned. And that is somewhat my issue. I'll just be honest with you guys. I know. Look at this. Heidi, do the Zodiacs. No, not right now. My issue here is that like I can be brutally and deeply honest about quite a few things that I'm healed from, things that don't bother me so much anymore, things I have closure about. But when it comes to sharing other things, more sensitive information and private information, I really clam up. I don't want to share the struggle with people, the current struggle, right? That kind of thing. And even I have an issue with, I'll tell you what it is because I was taught as a child that you don't tell people what goes on inside this house. Any house. You don't tell people about our private business. You don't tell people about our struggle, that we don't have money, that we don't have food. You don't tell people. And if you tell anybody, you're getting in trouble. So now the little me is afraid to share too much, to tell you that I have problems, to tell you that I'm weak or vulnerable or that I have stress because, oh no, somehow there will be repercussions on me. And I've learned that that is just not the case. And I just connected that dot this morning. And it's not that I'm a secretive person, but I become afraid to share open, vulnerable information. And that's because it was grained in that you don't share our private, personal information with anyone else. That's our business. We deal with it on our own. And to share it with others, you're in trouble. I'm getting your ass, right? And now I've learned that there's no shame around sharing because there are so many others who feel the same way inside and they can't share, or they don't have another to kind of connect with on that. So from this moment forward, I vow to my viewers that I will share with you everything that I am able to assist you as I grow on my path, without feeling like you're going to reject me in some way, because that's really what it is. It's like you're going to be mad at me or reject me for sharing that part that you shouldn't know about so that you think highly of me. Like, I used to be a drug addict, okay? Many times in my lifetime, this has been a life path issue for me, a life path challenge that I've had to overcome. And I've been clean and sober for many years now. However, that wasn't always the case. And I thought I would die like that. You know, these are things that if my family knew I was just saying so candidly and openly, you're gonna crash your business and burn, you know, like on paper, it doesn't look good. But the reality is that spirit moves and people can heal and change. And even if you're immersed in the darkness, you can be saved, you can transform, you can do something different with your life. It's up to you. Now, I didn't choose it. Spirit changed my life, and I'm ever grateful, and I won't stop helping others do the same. So that's my spiel. Earth signs. All right, blabbermouth Heidi. Let's do this. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Much love to you. Hi, Fancy. Hi, Vanita. Oh, yes. I'm careful who I share what with and how much, Vanita says. Yes, I feel that. And I have that I do have that in some of the relationships in my life, because some people are naysayers, non-supporters. Some people don't have your best intentions at heart. And when you're trying to better yourself, their image of you, the cloudy energy that they have, can delay your manifestations. They can delay your progress. So yeah, being careful about who you share what with and how much, even in depth, is necessary. It's a part of having healthy boundaries. Everybody doesn't need to know everything. So good for you, Vanita. That's fantastic. Yes. Hi, Fancy. Good time catching me. Thank you so much for joining in. So I am doing the Zodiac readings today. I haven't even started. I've just been kind of like chit-chatting and sharing and talking. So I'm starting with the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then I'll move into the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, followed by the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And we will close the Zodiac with the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then I will get us a group pick a card message. Oop. From the Spirit Junkie. And that'll be at the end of the video for anyone who's live or on replay. I do appreciate you guys tuning in with me. I thank you so much. And without further ado, we're going to get going. We are going to get going. And yeah, your past is called a past for a reason. Leave it in the past, Amanda says. Yes, sometimes other people have trouble leaving your past in the past, right? Because it's comfortable for them to see you and know you as who you used to be, not who you are growing into or becoming now. But that's a them thing, not a you thing. You get to grow and change and break through their molds. All right, so Earth signs, Taurus, we're going Capricorn. Your vibes for the week ahead. You've got two cards here. So the first card you've got is, whoops, hold on. Okay, I got to figure this out. The first card you have is fork in the road, okay? So fork in the road indicates that you may be really presented with a new path, like literally stepping firmly onto a new path, this or that option. Spirit is saying right now to make a decision. Kaboom. Bottom line, to sit on the fence about something is to decide not to make any changes at all. Okay. And that's not going to create what you desire in your life. So earth sign, making that decision, stop being on the fence in the middle of the, I really see the fork in the middle of the road. Like, oh, but what if I choose wrong? But what if I don't like getting stuck with this. Look, do you like being stuck in the middle of the road? Like a fork, just standing there, like really, earth sign. It's important that you start to take action that is in alignment with the future that you desire to be living. Okay. So using your discernment in those ways is crucial, tailoring yourself and your needs to how available you will be for other people or projects or things, etc. Like I really feel a time management factor here for the earth signs, limiting the amount of time that you're going to give the bullshit. Okay, limiting the amount of time that you're going to allow yourself to be wrapped up in other people's dreams, visions, conveniences, obligations, whatever. It's about you taking that fork in the road and living on your path, your journey for you, because it's your life and this is the only one you get. So what are you waiting for, earth sign? Wow. I feel like summer signs aren't waiting around. They're jumping on this. And even if this isn't a big change, like a job or a move or a relationship, this could also be a chance to take the high road, okay? To not behave in the same lower vibe ways that used to be okay, right? To decide that, you know what, I want to be better. I want to do better. I'm going to start being healthier. I'm going to start sleeping regularly, eating regularly, maybe exercising a little bit so that I feel good about myself and this body that I live in, right? Come on now, earth sign. Spirit is calling you to take the high road in whatever area this is, or more than one, as you see it presented in your life, because you know who you are and you can choose to be that same old whatever, or to even lower yourself to mix in and blend in with whatever that company is. Or you can decide to hold that higher frequency, hold that space for yourself, for your positivity, for your bright future and your bright now moment. Okay. The empowered authenticity that you have in your now moment can sway everything else that's going on. Instead of it bringing you down, you can lift it up, but only if you're confident enough in yourself and your own vibrational frequency is stable. Stable. So the way that you stabilize your vibrational frequency is by taking time out. This is doses of peace, okay? So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes here, 30 minutes of peace, like medicine, okay? I need to step away. I need to get away from you. I feel some earth signs here who need brainstorming sessions. You know what I mean? I just need a journal, automatic writing, paying my bills, planning these things, whatever. It's about setting aside the time to handle your shit. Spirit wants me to say it like that, earth signs. Setting aside the time to handle your obligations, to take care of your duties, responsibilities, etc. That's number one. Okay, because if you don't have that stuff taken care of, then you're going to feel like not quite the best human being that you know yourself to be. I can feel how you're hard on yourself when you have other things floating in the air that you haven't taken care of. So fucking do it, okay, so that you can feel better about managing your stuff. Okay, and then Spirit says make sure that once those things are tended to, you've got to take a break for yourself, okay, every day. At least once every day for 20 to 30 minutes. And if it's not that, then maybe twice for 15. Okay. Penciling it in 3 times for 10. Spirit is saying you've got to blip away from the physical. Turn your focus inward, relax your body, and leave all your problems outside of that time, outside of that space. Set a timer, please. And be like, oh, I don't need to. I'll know. No, you won't. Set a timer so you can really relax. If you don't set a timer, you're going to sit and watch the clock and wonder if it's time to get up yet. Okay, so Spirit is encouraging you, earth sign, to set a timer for 10, 15 minutes, to turn everything off and just relax and be and breathe and think about the future. Think about the visions and the plans that you would like to have in your life. And don't think small. You're only in the fantasy land of your mind. Think big, dream big, really get wrapped up in some juicy details of what you wish you could have in your life. And please know that the more often you anchor in that, the more likely it is that you can have something just like that, if not exactly that, in your life. That's how manifestation works. You pull away from what you don't like. You focus on what you want in your life, and you keep your vibration as high vibe as possible. I can see how you're making shifts, but sometimes those shifts can't be, they may falter or not seem as sustainable because you just keep trying to take that high road and never pause. This is that pause that allows you to integrate this new way of being. Do you understand here? You're not losing anything. You're not losing momentum. In fact, you're integrating the stable vibrational quality of this higher level activation that you are stepping into, or you're already currently standing in, Earth sign. Beautiful. Hey, hey. Hi, Gail. Good to see you. So what's going on, Earth sign? You've got the 8 of people. 8 is the number of manifestation. So the 8 of people, new supportive connections. Love this. I'm going to get better at this. Here we go. New supportive connections. This is what's going on. So you're taking a different fork in the road. You've got to remember to pace yourself, to take those breaks so that you don't burn out in this new way of being, right? And these new supportive connections, I feel how there may be some very apparent for some of the earth signs. These they might not be new, but newly invigorated. You know what I mean? Like, I need to lean into those supportive connections in a new way. Okay, I kind of feel this here. I also feel how some earth signs might not have that yet, but this 8 here speaks about manifesting just that in your life, because you're no longer tolerating lower vibe, non-supportive stuff. Okay, so now that you've decided that like that old stuff is not worth your time, it's not good enough to be in your life or worth your energy any longer, you're holding space for those new supportive connections. And sometimes, like, it ain't like you can just ring up the grocery store and have them DoorDash it to your place. Okay, those new supportive connections, you have a divine spirit team who is working behind the scenes in the spiritual realms to bring those into your life, but it takes time. It takes belief and faith and holding the space of healthy so that you can draw that and attract that into your life. It's working. It will happen. And I want to say to the earth signs who do have some supportive connections, doubling down on those connections, relying on those connections, allowing yourself to see them with clarity for the benefit. It's not benefit. It's not necessarily the benefit for the the benefit that it adds to your life. Okay, really. And you theirs. That's the thing. Support goes both ways. So you can be there for others and they there for you. All right. And that's how they become more intimate, more supportive, more deeply connected. I can see here how you might be pioneering something and hoping others come on board, and they can. But remember to pace yourself and keep yourself as healthy and high vibe as possible so that you raise the vibe of the room and not they bring you down. Now, additional factor, earth sign, the card that you have is guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. I see the reds and the orange, man. That's root chakra. That's home life, stability, security. The orange here is sacral, your relationships, the people that you're really mixed up with, right? The blues meaning visions and communication, the way you see your life, the way you see yourself, the things that we speak about, all of the guilt that can be laid on top of a poor single earth sign for just wanting to make healthy choices and live a better life. Who puts this guilt on you? Is it you? Is it others? I want to say others who will guilt you are attempting to manipulate you into doing what they want you to do for their own benefit, gain, or comfort. When you place guilt on yourself because you feel guilty for leaving others behind or not showing up or whatever this could be, sometimes we bring guilt upon ourselves and we carry the guilt for taking these actions and these choices. And Spirit says that guilt is a wasted emotion. Carrying any forms of guilt with you into your future will manifest more experiences that validate that kind of a feeling, reasons to feel guilty. And do you truly have reasons to feel guilty, earth sign, or do you have a guilty conscience? Spirit is calling you to come clear your conscience and take a real honest look on what you may feel guilt or shame about. I feel like there's something that prevents you from taking the action. I feel too guilty to take the high road. I feel too guilty to take a break and pause. I feel guilty to meet new connections or to pull away from whatever's not working in my life. I feel guilty that I even left, that I want better, that I want more. Who is putting this guilt on you and why? Everything that you're leaving behind, everything that you're pulling away from And I want to say those people, the most, they have all the empowered choice, free will choice that you have. If they put their mind to it, they could take these shifts. They could step in all these directions. They could create healing or love or a beautiful new chapter of lives for themselves as well. You can't control other people. You can't control how they view you. You can't control how they feel about your decisions. You can't control how they feel about the changes that you make or the changes that they make or the lack of that. There's a whole lot of guilt going on, and none of it is real. None of it sticks. And Spirit is calling you, Earth sign, to dive into the guilt. Don't hide from it and don't carry it like a badge of armor. Dive into it and investigate it and find out where it's really coming from. Do you feel guilty for leaving because you've been left before? Do you feel guilty for leaving because you have a kind heart and you're afraid of leaving someone at a disadvantage? But put things into perspective here. Why? Why is this happening at all? Why are we at a disadvantage? How is this imbalanced? Who is advocating for you? And does that other party feel guilty? Do they? It's not up to you if they do, really. This is your life, and you get to keep your side of the street clean, and Spirit is calling you to make peace with your sovereignty. Make peace with it's okay to make decisions that are right for myself, even if it seems like they may harm others, offend others, rub others the wrong way. Maybe they don't quite support the decisions. Ridding yourself of the guilt is crucial. Sometimes we must do these things to show others that there is a different way. Sometimes we must step away so that Spirit can step in and really move in those areas without our presence, without our awareness. I want to say something about guilt here as well, because there are so many different things that we can feel guilty about. Oh, I feel guilty when I have too much money because I know people who are poor. Well, then that kind of puts a damper on you having a steady flow of income and increasing in that stability. Okay. Because when you have guilt around something, the universe doesn't want to give us more of it. More guilt to carry for having more resources, right? So being grateful for the blessings that we have and releasing any guilt that literally is not legitimate. And if you do have guilt for the actions of the past, making peace with those things, deciding that you are not like that any longer and that you are a new person who is different now and embodying that change. And if you have things that you are still doing today that you feel guilty about, then Spirit suggests that you turn inward. Be introspective about the guilt that you carry for whatever that is and why. Is it valid? Do you need to address your behaviors so that you no longer encourage guilt in your life? Those are questions to ask yourself, Earth sign. Taurus. Taurus, you have surrendered to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So I love this for Taurus. I do love that miracles can happen. Surrender to miracles, whatever miracle you're hoping to happen in your life, Taurus. I really hope that this is the ticket for you. However, sometimes miracles don't necessarily, they're not wrapped in a package of blessing. Sometimes the miracle is this big giant storm with all the waves that we can really see things with clarity and go, wow, that's the problem right there. That's the miracle that I see with clarity and I feel and I know and I can take the actionable step to turn something around here. So Taurus, be observant, be aware. I really feel how this card almost implies I need someone to save me. Okay. And I want to say this, you're the one to save yourself. You're the one to see the opportunity and walk through that doorway and create the change, create the miracle that you desire. You're the one to do it. So you've got to be observant, and you've got to watch the way that the flow is moving in your life. Tap in with your emotions. Recognize what is creating emotional charges within you. In a positive way, that's a good thing. In a negative way, that's something to stay away from or address in your life. That's where miracles are found, when you step fully in to your authenticity. And I feel like, Taurus, you're doing that. And that's going to shake some things up that just aren't ready to withstand your beautiful, authentic energy. Virgo now. Virgo, you've got surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Virgo. So surrender frustration. I see this person kind of walking through a field of wildflowers. I see those flowers like red, like root chakra, stability, survival. I kind of see how maybe it's a little haphazard right now, but she's flowing. I see her purple dress, which makes me think of divine protection. Virgo, the frustration that you feel is the limits that are preventing you from the expansion that you desire. So as opposed to shying away from those frustrations, this card calls you to breathe and ground and center yourself. And spirit is calling you to examine those frustrations. If there are valid reasons that you are feeling this way and you see the right avenues towards addressing the situation so that you can encourage change, do that. And spirit is saying, unfortunately, do that every time, Virgo. That's where the frustration comes in. Like, I see the problem, I'm trying to correct it, but it seems like I'm bumping my head into a wall, or now there's another something else, and then there's this, that, the other thing. You can handle this. I feel how that's part of taking the high road, giving yourself a break from the problems and addressing the ones that are in front of you right now, not going all about the big picture of things, getting overwhelmed. That's when we get frustrated. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to worry about. In this moment, what is it? In this moment, what is it? That's where you're at this week, Virgo, so that you can maintain your composure, keep your high vibe energy, plug in with yourself to step away from this kind of stuff. And remember that when people are learning, or even yourself, you or others in your life, when you're learning to a new way of being, or you're learning anything new, it can be a frustrating experience. Okay. So I feel how Virgo is attempting to do something new or encourage this change in many, at work or at home. And it can be frustrating when people don't just jump on board. Right. So recognizing that you've just got to keep reinforcing, and eventually these things will smooth themselves out. It's just a bit of a process, but getting frustrated, getting angry, throwing your hands in the air and saying, F it, you'll never get this, is not going to help the situation at all. Call in spirit. When all else fails, breathe deeply and ask spirit to step in with you and assist you. Capricorn. Capricorn, you've got surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. And I see her riding her horse there off into the sunset on this beautiful next leg of her journey. So, thank you for letting me know, Vanita. I apologize, honey. I cannot help that. We'll give it a moment and hopefully it'll clear up. So Capricorn, I can see that spirit is nudging you to step firmly on the new path. Okay, this fork in the road, I feel how some are like in the middle, like, oh no, I'm not sure, right? Step firmly on that new path, the change that you desire in your life. And this is the thing, like, oh, but I only want a change that's permanent, that's going to last forever, right? Okay, let's just put that into perspective right now. Capricorn, nothing lasts forever, okay? You could buy a house, and guess what? You could keep that damn thing for 20 years, and then you could sell it, and it was a temporary home. It was not permanent. So, Spirit is suggesting that you release your idea of permanent and temporary so that you can be a little more flexible and fluid around the changes that you are making in your life. However, it's more like, I'm stepping firmly on this path, and where it takes me, I will go. I have faith that all is well. And even making sure that you take your breaks so that you can reinforce your own vibrational stability, that is going to anchor in and call in those new supportive connections as you move into this new chapter. Capricorn, I love this. Release the guilt for anything that you're leaving behind. Release the guilt that of time that you are spending. There's Capricorn is holding some kind of guilt around time. Oh my gosh, the time that I'm spending, this or that, whatever. Like, be intentional about how you spend your time. Be intentional about the words that you say and the actions that you take, and you won't feel so guilty. And if you choose to spend your time in that way, who in the fuck says you can't, Capricorn? Why feeling guilty for? That's what I have for the earth signs. Thank you, earth signs. Not bad. Not bad for the earth signs today. Blabbermouth Heidi is definitely in the house. Next is going to be the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Whew. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Here we go. Thank you so much for all the feedback. I appreciated feedback, and I love reading it. I just want to make sure that I stick to this, or else I'll be here all day just chit-chatting with everyone. I love it. Blake, thank you for all the feedback. I appreciate it. I'll watch it on the replay. I'll read it all on the replay. So, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, your vibes for the week ahead. What's going on here? What's going on for the air signs? Ooh. Additional factor. Wow. And we're going to go deeper now. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Whoa. Not yet, Miss Robin. The water signs will be in the next group. Who's ready for the air signs? I wish Facebook would let me play music. That would be nice. All right, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, your vibes for the week ahead. You've got poking holes. Whew. Okay, so poking holes is a little bit of a challenging card. Okay, so within each person, there is a reservoir, a bucket, if you will, that holds the love that they have for themselves, their personal value, the way they feel about themselves, their life. And sometimes things happen that poke holes in the bucket and cause our self-esteem, our self-worth, the way that we feel to kind of diminish, okay? This could be temporarily, or it could be, something that is chronic, okay? Depending on the kinds of connections that we are involved in. Sometimes these could even be circumstances that are just discouraging, okay? That poke at our pride or our vulnerabilities. Okay, so Spirit is saying that sometimes we may feel vulnerable by our circumstances or by things that have happened, and that kind of shakes you. Okay, so Spirit is calling the air signs here to recognize that you are a whole and complete person, no matter what's going on outside of you, whether you have a partner or not, whether you have that job you want or not, whether you're homeless or living in a mansion. Okay, you have everything within you that every other person, every other soul has. So I need to say something to the air sign here who is somewhat, this is funny, look, somewhat envious, okay, looking around at, well, look at their life and look at their circumstances, and they have this and they have that. You can too. You have everything within you that that person has. All you got to do is put your mind to it, set an intention, put your feet on the ground and walk in that direction. You can have such a thing. But sometimes you get knocked for a loop and you might feel not quite your best self, not quite capable, not quite like you can pull it off. This happens. And sometimes the ego can kind of freak out a little bit and try to protect us by throwing up walls of protection. And I kind of feel it in the poking holes card as well. So what I want to call to the air signs here is to recognize when someone, okay, because circumstances may be beyond our control, but when we're in connections with other people, poking holes can indicate that they're talking down to you, or they've said something that really offends you, hurts your feelings, or maybe there's behaviors that go on that just are bothersome to you. Okay, so I'm speaking to you about what's real and what might just be fears inside of yourself. Okay, so recognize if something happens, it's up to you to say, hey, don't talk to me like that. And this is anybody, okay? Partner, parent, child, grandchild, okay? I'm telling you, the energy patterns are crazy right now, and my grandkids are off the chain, screaming and hooting and hollering, and I've had to get their little butts, I'll tell you. I've had to tell them, hey, you can't act like that against adults even, guys. I'm just letting you know that sometimes we have to stand up for ourselves against the most unlikely individual. However, sometimes that's not the case and it's within ourselves, and there's a touch of defensiveness that could be present due to past wounds. I just want to leave that with you, air sign. You're the one who knows, okay, whether you're truly impacted, this is truly something that needs to be addressed, or if this is a lingering feeling due to circumstances that, aren't necessarily a factor any longer. All right, so additional factor here, you got the Four of Cycles, decrease. Four of cycles. So four is the number of manifestation, but cycles go up and down, and sometimes we go up and sometimes we go down, and this decrease is a shedding of something. It's a shedding of something. And it's funny how the water's flowing through the hands, and this water's being flowing right from the bucket, right? It's similar. And I want to say to the air sign that nothing is yours. Nothing is forever. Nothing is to be clutched in the palm of your hand. That's why the decrease here, it's flowing easily. I don't have to hold on to it. What comes around goes around. If I need it, it will be provided. But sometimes when we lose things, especially in a material way or a physical possession kind of way, maybe we're just not quite as financially sound as we felt ourselves to be a little while back or whatever. Now I don't feel like I'm comfortable. Now I don't feel like I'm safe. Now I don't feel like I have things going on. Now I don't even feel like I'm a decent human being. We can get so down in the dumps on ourselves. This could be depression, whatever the case. When we lose things in our lives, it can shake the core of us. It can shake our ego and make us feel like, life won't improve. But the trick is that nobody else really fills this up. You're the one who fills this up. You're the one who feels that. How do I feel about myself? How am I spending my time? Am I someone that I am proud of? Am I worthy of healthy love? That's a big one. When we're not sure if we're worthy of healthy love, then we get presented with unhealthy or toxic options. And then it's the decision. Okay, well, do you like this? Maybe not. Not if it pokes holes with its words, with its actions. So don't be afraid to remove anything from your life that seems to be causing more issues than it's worth. It's okay to let it go and not hold on forever. What is meant for you will find you. What is meant for you will be yours. And I also want to say to the air sign who has a pessimistic outlook, I feel some air signs who feel like they're going to lose everything, or everything is slipping away, even time, the day, I can't get anything done. I'm depleted here. I'm not going to be able to build myself back up in a few different areas. I can feel the air signs with a little bit of panic. And I want to say to you from spirit that the things that are removed from your life are just taking up the space for something better. Okay. So now that that is shed, you're making space for something that's more in alignment with who you are inside. So pick and choose how you spend your time, the kinds of thoughts you'll think about, because that creates the experiences that you're going to be having. Negative thoughts begat negative experiences. Hello. And positive thoughts and optimism begat typically more positive experiences. Keep yourself in a high vibe state of being. I can see how, oh my gosh, I'm not sure. I'm uncertain. There's been things that have happened, and I don't know if I can trust what's going on right now because I feel a little bit vulnerable, like I'm losing an aspect of myself, or I'm losing an aspect of my livelihood, my sustenance even. This could be an aging thing as well, like an aging crisis. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to put the life together that I want to be living. I feel this for the air signs. Now, additional factor here from the soul's journey, the card is love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Not sure, Gina. So air sign, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. This is kind of talking about that lens of optimism, positivity, looking out for the blessings that you want to receive instead of what's the next shit show I'm going to have to deal with. Great. What else is taken away next? Great. What else am I going to lose? Great. What else is going to go wrong? That's a pessimistic mindset, and that invites in experiences that validate your pessimism. Do you want to live that kind of life? Spirit is saying it's up to you to flip the switch and decide that you're going to commit to the practice of seeing the good in everything and allow yourself to flow into comfortable states of being. Yes, that lens of love matters. Love is so healing. You know, when you're angry and you're upset and you're pessimistic, okay? There's like a cringy inner posture. I'm tense. I'm restricted, right? I'm not open to allowing in exactly what it is that I probably want, right? So when you're pessimistic, you're resistant. You're not in the flow. But when you're more looking through that lens of love, you're open. You're willing to allow in something that is in resonance with your energetic frequency, right? So recognize where you're standing, where your mindset is. This really does make a difference in the lifestyle that you are living. Gemini. Surrender to complete healing takes me here, really. So that inner posture I was saying about being pessimistic, but when you're in the posture of openness, of positivity, of optimism, that's when it's healing, right? It's healing, and you can feel it in your body. That's what I want to say to you. When you're upset and mad, oh, these muscles are clenched, my face is scrunched up, all these things, you can feel it in your body. Can you not, air sign? So allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself to flow. Allow yourself to heal. Don't hold on to the anger or hold on to the pessimism. Sometimes we hold those things because we feel like they protect us through whatever we're going through. But in fact, it only keeps out all those softer emotions that are more comfortable for you. Surrender to complete healing, Gemini. Let's say that again. Gemini. Surrender to complete healing. Hello. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Wow. So that's healing on a lot of different levels. And it says open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe. I want to say those loving, compassionate forces of the universe might be through human hands. Okay. These might be people in your life that can assist you in your healing, meaning assist you in your life in a lot of different ways, talk to you, be there for you or you, them, assist you with your daily tasks or obligations, these kinds of ways. Surrendering to complete healing is opening yourself to the support that is available to you without begrudging. Okay, I can feel like, oh, I don't need help from anybody. Sorry, Gemini, but I feel this here. How sometimes, oh, if you want it done right, you just do it yourself. I'm not even going to ask. It's easier just to take care of it myself than Spirit is calling you that the complete healing that you are looking for requires you to start leaning on others and even speaking up to others and holding them accountable to do their part. And not only is it healing for you, it's going to be healing for them. Libra, you have surrender, procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Love this. Libra, now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. And I do jump to this card here. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So leading in that way with the lens of love into your goals really does ensure a positive result. Okay. Even if I can feel how Libra, look, this procrastination is probably because you're not really feeling that great. This poking holes, that's emotional. Emotionally, I'm not feeling my best, and this decreased, maybe I don't have as much money, or I don't have as much free time, etc. This procrastination feels to me like another excuse. Like, well, this is bad and this is bad, so I'm just going to sit in the dumps. I'm down in the dumps right now. But Spirit is saying it's up to you to flip that switch and say, I'm tired of sitting down in the dumps. I'm not going to sit in the energy of lack. I'm going to decide to do something with my time that is proactive and beneficial, even if it's a short-term goal. You know what I mean? Long-term, short-term, even if there's no goal at all. I really feel how Libra needs to shake and move their energy. Get into the state of love, the state of being, dance, put some music on, move your body if that is something that is right for you, but no longer procrastinating. And I also feel how it's important to speak up about how you feel, Libra. Especially when someone has hurt your feelings. Or potentially maybe you have hurt someone else's feelings. Okay. So we're not all innocent bystanders here. Maybe you have said something to someone else. Okay. And you're afraid you might lose them. Oh no, I acted this way. I said this way or whatever, this and that. I'm afraid that this is up in the air now. Reinforcing the positive bonds that you have will help to stabilize them, Libra. And, owning up to your own part in things, if that is the case, definitely is what is called for here, as it teaches everyone that it's okay to step up and admit you're wrong, to own up to your mistakes when you act in a way that you prefer that you wouldn't. It shows maturity, and it shows a respect of the relationship. I respect you enough to tell you that I didn't treat you well, and I'm very sorry. I shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have hurt your feelings, whatever the case is. And Libra, if that's the other way around, like, it's important that you share this now, lest you don't say anything about that thing that hurt your feeling and you realize that that's a common recurring pattern in that person. So now you're in a relationship with someone who has this thing that always hurts you, but you never said, I don't like that. And all of a sudden you feel very stuck in some kind of a connection that you're not comfortable with anymore. And it's just because you didn't say the thing. So I really feel surrendering the procrastination and stepping into yourself fully. That is what is being called here. The emotional ups and downs that you are experiencing. Spirit is calling Libra to intentionally breathe in love, like from the environment. Imagine that the air around you is like red or pink or whatever color you feel love is, okay? And breathe it in and see it filling your lungs. Wow, my lungs are all red and pink or whatever, right? And then past that, fill your body with love. Fill your auric field with love, okay? And hug your body too, and tell yourself how much you love yourself, how smart, beautiful, what a trooper you are, what you've been through, whatever this is. You know what you need to hear, so give it to yourself. What you want to hear and receive from your partnerships or your other important relationships, start giving it to yourself inside quietly. All right, that's going to start that pattern of being able to receive it from others, and it's going to feel normal and comfortable. Okay, so that's what I have for Libra. Aquarius now. Aquarius, you have surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So, Aquarius, surrender to miracles. I love the water and the dolphins. Dolphins are very clever and communicative animals. They're also very social animals. So, I can see how there's some water in this card. There may be some connections that are made, some camaraderie that is found for Aquarius this week. And Spirit is encouraging you to be lighthearted and to invest in these moments, okay, as they feel right to you, okay, just to move you through, whatever patterns you have going on and into, these miracles, okay? I want to say that you don't know everything, even though you might feel like you do. Even if you feel like you see the future, you know what it holds. Spirit is saying sometimes your outlook might be distorted, okay? This poking holes might mean that you have some confidence issues or even a distorted perception of your own self-image, okay? This could have been placed on you over any number of years, and feeling like I've lost something because I no longer have my ego to protect me, or I'm afraid to lose something. I'm afraid to be hurt, especially in the areas of love here for Aquarius. This card says surrender to miracles. And even if you don't see the miracle, please know that it is working behind the scenes to really change something in your life in a beautiful way. Sometimes the biggest blessings come in the form of a storm in our lives, and that clears away anything that wasn't working and makes space for something that really is. Now, I feel how the storm could leave Aquarius a little bit hopeless, okay? I'm down. I feel like I'm losing. I feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick here, but maybe there is this bright, hopeful something on the horizon that lights me up just a little. Follow that thread. Allow yourself to sit in the energy of that lightheartedness. That's going to move you through this pessimistic period and into those new miraculous chapters that are waiting for you, if you believe it's possible. Aquarius, do not be a pessimist. Do not say, oh, for everyone but me, it's not going to work out for me, not this time, not ever. Then you're keeping all the blessings, all the miracles away from yourself. Invite them in. Speak to the divine in the quiet of your heart. Spirit, bring those blessings, bring those miracles. I sure could use them. Thank you. That's what I have for Aquarius, and that's what I have for the air signs. Thank you, air signs. Water signs. Water signs are next. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Additional factor for the water signs. Water signs, you so crazy. So deeper now with Cancer. Damn, I felt that. I felt this with the whole reading already, so it totally ties in. Scorpio. Wow. I feel you. And Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. There we go. And when I edit these videos later, I cut out all the shuffling and everything because that's like boring. You know what I mean? So don't you worry, all the vaping and chit chatting, I cut it all out. So you can always check those videos out after I upload them and post them here on Facebook and on YouTube. That'll probably be tomorrow. All right. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces water signs, your vibe for the week ahead. Your vibes, you've got absolutes. So absolute speaks about your way of thinking and also the way that you speak, okay, in a black and white kind of way. Okay, it's this or that. It's all or nothing. There are no gray areas. When in fact, the gray area is your friend, water sign. The gray area is the fluid area where you can work yourself into exactly what you want. But sometimes we pigeonhole ourselves into what we don't want because of the incessant thoughts that we have or the ways that we speak about things. And a lot of times these link down to belief constructs that we hold within our systems that are kind of wrinkling our manifestations. Okay, so absolutes indicates to stay away from words like always and never, and feelings of always and never, and thoughts of always and never. Okay, so for instance, I want to be happy, okay, but then I might have this this thought in my mind, like, I'm never happy, man. Nothing ever makes me happy, right? So that is an absolute. Nothing ever is an absolute. So that means nothing at all. So if you can find the absolute and you can find that one anomaly, then it's not an always or a never. Then it's an rarely or an often. Okay. And then maybe from rarely or often, you're manifesting into a scenario of sometimes, okay, into a direction of, then it's going in the direction of your choosing, right? So spirit is calling you to recognize when you are just looking in a black and white, there is no gray area, you're all bad and I'm all good, or this must be this way or that way. Sometimes that gray area is what your friend is, okay? Water sign. Not everything is so cut and dry. Now, what's going on? You've got the three of intentions behind a mask. Behind a mask. So I can feel how water signs might feel like all that black and white, this and that, it's going on behind the scenes, and you're quite composed. Not many people may know about the kinds of fears and doubts that you have. Okay, I can feel how some water signs might exude a very confident and competent image and reputation. But inside yourself, you're kind of black and white in there, kind of a train wreck, okay? A little pessimistic, a little bit optimistic, then, back and forth. I feel some ping pong ball stuff going on in there for the water signs. It's a little bit confusing here. Like you really want something, but then you have this doubt that creeps in and you'd be like, it's not going to work out. I knew it, right? And when we go, it's not going to work out. I knew it. So did you manifest that not working out because you knew it? Or, I mean, really, that's kind of what I feel here for the water sign. So not to keep those just in case things in your back pocket. See, I knew it wasn't going to work out. Those things that we keep in the back of our mind, like, this ain't going to work, man. I just know it ain't going to work, but we'll see. We'll see. And then it doesn't. And we go, I knew it wasn't. So why'd you get involved? If you knew and you listened to your intuition, then you wouldn't be in this scenario. However, to kick yourself later and be like, yeah, I knew that, negates the manifestation that you were trying to create when you wanted it to work out. Okay. Can you understand me here? So no more of that. I can feel how it makes you feel somewhat powerful to know that that was going to turn out that way. However, you're also kind of sealing the deal with your own doubt. You're reinforcing it. Do you understand? You're reinforcing that outcome by, I knew it anyway. So behind this mask for the water signs, there's a whole heck of a lot of stuff going on inside of you. Okay. And you don't necessarily share all of that with others. You've got, I feel like, this a lot of emotions rolling around within the water signs, and some of this is fresh and new, and some of this is old and just churning up to the surface. And I want to say that you're holding yourself together. Okay, but I feel how you're changing, and you're losing patience with the superficial. You're losing patience with people who don't respect your boundaries. And I can feel how you may even be somewhat bored, dissatisfied by the regular life that you've been living for so long that always worked. Okay, so behind this mask, there's a whole heck of a lot going on with the water signs. And I can feel how it's contradictory here. But wait, I've always been this way. How come I have a problem now? Or, but wait, I've always felt this way, but now I'm yearning to do different things, or switch career paths, or, do something different with my time, with my life. I even feel for some water signs, you want to do something different with your time, but you're not pulling away from the same old routines and allowing yourself the independence and freedom to do that. And that could even just be a little craft, something you do at the kitchen table while people are watching TV or whatever, but you won't allow yourself that because you're hiding behind the mask of what everyone else does. Water sign, this is going to keep weighing on you until you start bringing all that authenticity through in a real way and embodying who you really are, not just sometimes, not just when it looks nice, not just when it's appropriate. Additional factor here, you've got happiness. And the water signs have all these, the water and the dolphins also. I am aware that being happy means I am on the right path. Wow. Are you aware of this? This is speaking about your inner compass. And this behind the mask, it really tells me, like, are you really happy? Like, are you really happy, or are you putting on a mask of happiness, or a mask of, what is this? It's almost like I'm just going to go along. Okay. I'm wearing this mask of I'll go along with whatever this is, but I don't feel it. You know what I mean? I don't really feel it. I don't feel this in my soul. So I'm aware that being happy means I'm on the right path. So when are you happy? Are you plugging in experiences that help you to feel happy on the regular just because you fucking deserve it? Water sign, that you have happiness within you. There are only things that get in the way of embodying and feeling that true happiness, right? It's there, it's always there, but there are things that can shroud it. And sometimes it's that black and white way of thinking. Life sucks, it's too hard, so now I'm not happy. Oh, the bills are behind, I'm irresponsible, I can't be happy if that's how this is, right? Spirit is saying to place your happiness in some elusive scenario that's outside of what you have going on is robbing yourself, because you can be happy and have problems. You can be happy and have stress. You can be happy and be authentic, and people can take you or they can leave you. And that doesn't have to affect your happiness either. Your happiness is yours, and you get to embody it, or you can prevent yourself from embodying it. Now, when you embody your highest vibrational frequency, i.e., happiness, love, joy, those kinds of things, that opens you up to receive more experiences that are energetically resonant to that beautiful high vibe feeling that you are broadcasting like a signal out into the world. When you decide to sit in these absolute frames of being, life sucks, today's too hard, I hate everything, I hate everyone. When we sit in these energies, then you're not inviting in the life that you desire. You're settling for the emotions that have you wrapped up. And that manifests more experiences to validate those in the future. I'm sorry. The more you sit in the energy, the more the energy just comes to you. So good to know. Thank you, Vanita on YouTube. Girl, you all up in my head. I'm so glad to know that, girl. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to know that these readings resonate, because I'm a regular real person just like you guys. This is what I do. I read cards with spirit for you, and I thank you so much. I'm so grateful that it resonates. That's why I keep sticking around and showing up, because it truly does move me how spirit shows up for all of us and wants us to have better lives. So thank you, Vanita, for the feedback. Appreciate you, girl. Okay, let's get here with Cancer now. Cancer, the card that you have, which I really felt from these, I got chills right now. I really felt such a similar vibe. And I almost like these look like the same card to me. Surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety driven life. I'm sorry, Cancer, this is you not being able to speak up about the anxiety that you have, the worries that you have, keeping it all inside until it finally explodes or keeps you sick, down in the dumps because you're so worried, but you don't want to talk about it because you don't want others to worry either. So you just carry it and it's heavy. Surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. Don't those look almost like the same card there? Behind the mask, you might look real dolled up and put together here, but there's a lot of worry going on inside. And spirit is saying to breathe those worries out of your body and out of your auric field with intention. Okay, so for instance, I'm worried about my finances. I'm worried about my boyfriend. I'm worried about my physical health. Okay, whatever these things are, take a deep breath. Blow them out of your auric field, because you can't change them by incessantly worrying about them. In fact, when we incessantly worry about things, that creates an emotional charge. It begins to gain momentum, become more potent, and potentially manifest as that result, the result that we didn't want, because we place too much focus on it. Cancer. It's a choice. It's a choice to allow yourself to get caught up in the anxiety, to get caught up in the worry. It may still come to you, but you can combat it. You can breathe deeply, relax, affirm your safety, your comfort, your aliveness. Okay, I'm alive. All right. I'm breathing. I'm alive. I'm not bleeding. You can affirm your stability in whatever way is necessary to appease your scenario. Okay, and breathe deeply and slowly every time. And if you're able to calm and move through that and shift your focus and do something different, and then here it comes again, it's up to you as the grown-up adult person who's living in your body, who has to deal with that at this moment, to take care of it again and take care of it again and take care of it again until you have used your own intentional focus and awareness to smooth that energy pattern out and keep it at bay. That's for Cancer. Whew. Scorpio. Scorpio, you've got surrender, frustration. Like Virgo. Okay, I feel you. Scorpio. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The keys to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so that you may approach the situation more calmly. So, Scorpio, if you need to step away to the restroom for a couple of minutes to breathe deeply and allow yourself to surrender that frustration and step back into whatever it is that may be necessary, Spirit is also wanting me to say that there's a certain aspect of neutrality or objectivity in which you can view the scenario to be less frustrated. Okay, if you can recognize that we're all human beings who are living a life, and some life paths go certain ways, and that not everything, and maybe potentially not any of this, is a personal insult or affront to you, Scorpio. I can feel how Scorpio may get frustrated with other people's actions, other people's reactions, other people's immaturity even. And Spirit is calling you to just say, hey, that's a whole nother person. That's a whole other person who just is the way that they are, and I'm the way that I am. And it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with anybody. Just having a bit of grace around that. I feel how taking the personal insult away from it, if it's not there, is important for Scorpio also this week, so that you won't feel so frustrated, because sometimes when things get on our nerves, then we were like, you're doing that on purpose, aren't you? You're trying to piss me off. Is that what this is? I can feel how that might be there. And Spirit is saying sometimes when we're predominantly Spirit is saying, when you're already feeling some kind of way, all right, you're predisposed to the frustration. Therefore, you may perceive that it's personal against you. However, recognize that that person is just doing their own thing, may not even have you in their mind at all. And let it be what it is, instead of this big personal thing between you and them. That's kind of what I feel here for Scorpio. Giving grace to others, because we're all flawed human beings and we're only doing our best, you know? You're welcome. And I do offer private sessions, guys. This isn't a plug yet, but if you want to connect with me on a deeper level, my links are in your description box. Okay. Pisces now. Pisces. Surrender to inner peace. Love this. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So Pisces, I feel how Spirit is calling you to leap into the directions of your choosing as your day, your schedule permits. That inner peace is necessary, but how you find it is up to you. Okay. Because some of us can cultivate that inner peace by meditating. Okay. Or going into prayer. And maybe that's right for right now, but maybe tomorrow it's something a little bit different. So Pisces, Spirit is calling you to kind of unpack your toolbox and start using some of the different tools that you have to change your state of being to an inner posture of peacefulness. You can cultivate that inner peace through your awareness and the actions that you take, like putting on music, maybe going for a walk, having a bubble bath. Like these are different ways to plug it into your regular schedule or routine, and that anchors in that high vibe frequency more fully. Okay, you're able to embody that frequency more deeply, and then attract those things that you want into your life, Pisces. I also feel something about a routine that is familiar to you. Maybe like, oh, I wake up in the morning and I have my coffee, I turn on my music, I dance around for a while, you know, and then I go sit down and read my book or whatever this is. Like, I feel how there are certain things at certain times of the day that help you to be in the flow of your life and be more productive and feel better. Pisces, it's up to you as the person who's in your body and living this way to implement those things so that you can keep your high vibe self so that you can keep yourself as high vibe as possible. That's what I want to say to Pisces. You're doing great, but paying more care and attention to your own schedule and your own needs and your own detail is going to take you to the next level. Pisces. And that is what I have for the water signs. Thank you, water signs. Not this one. My hair's so weird. Water signs. And next is going to be the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let me just make sure I'm all disconnected. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I have more people on YouTube than I have on Facebook right now. That's crazy. Fire sign. Whoa. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire signs. Your vibes for the week ahead. And some what's going on. Me too, Tiffany. That is so true. Me too. I want to be just like Gina when I grow up. She's so amazing, isn't she? She's so supportive and kind and sincere, you know. Just love her energy. Hi, Carla Trousdale, you sweetheart. I hope you're doing well, honey. I think you are just in time, love. I am doing Aries, Leo, Sagittarius right now, and I may have a smaller crowd on Facebook because of the time. You know what I mean? The time I'm starting. I prefer to go in the evenings, but this is better for now. So what's going on, fire signs? Whoa, hold on. Additional factor. Wow. Looking at the big cats on that card for the fire signs. I always associate, big cats with fire signs. Oh, snaps. Gonna go more deep now, a little deeper with Aries and Leo. Wow. Sagittarius. Good news. I see good news here. This is good cards, really. Could be. All right. Not bad. I know it, Miss Thing. You guys ready for this? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, your vibes for the week ahead. You've got invested. Okay, so invested indicates that you might not be so excited or jazzed up about being a responsible adult. Okay, in some areas of your life, it may feel like kind of a chore, kind of an obligation, kind of a task to be responsible, to invest yourself in what you said you were going to do. Basically, bottom line, I say I'm going to do this. I signed up for this. I have a commitment to do this, whatever. And then it might kind of be like, oh crap, I have to do that thing. I don't really like the follow through aspect of whatever this is. But as a person with integrity, rain or shine, okay, whether it's all sunshine and roses and fun and all this and that or not, if you say you're going to do something, you know that you're a person with integrity, with a moral compass, and it's important to do what you say you're going to do, to honor your commitments and to hold yourself accountable to do the right thing that you know is right for you or others, right? And if you find that you want to back out of something, like look, real stuff here. If there's a fire sign who's in an unhappy partnership, okay, this could be, I'm invested in my unhappy marriage because we've been together forever and it's the right thing to do, okay, because like, how am I going to just leave somebody high and dry or whatever? This card says it's not time to get emotional, but to be who you are and to do what you say you're going to do. And if you find yourself not quite in an agreement or not in a happy agreement any longer, be it relationship or otherwise, this could be at the job. Well, it pays my bills, so I go to work every day, but it's not fulfilling for me any longer. Sometimes there's ways that you can renegotiate the commitment or even take responsible steps to disconnect entirely, okay? But just bailing and cutting and running and saying, F you, bridges are burnt, it's not an option here. Okay. It's not an option for the fire signs. Fire signs, this is about showing up, handling business, and not being emotional about it because you know what the right thing is to do, because you know what's right. And it doesn't even have to be a job. This could be just you living the life that you know you should be living. You could be maybe cheating on your diet or thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not supposed to have sugar and I've been, cheating a little bit that week, whatever. And Spirit is saying, if you're not supposed to have sugar, why? What are you doing to harm yourself by not following through with the investment or the commitment that you have made for yourself, right? That's what we're looking at for the fire signs here, is sticking to your guns, doing what's right, what you said that you would do, and recognizing when maybe that's not the case. Now you've got two cards here, fire signs, as to what is going on. You've got the One of Energy, courage, And the two of consciousness, present power. And yes, absolutely. The courage to move somewhere else, the courage to travel, the courage to go elsewhere. This two of consciousness is about embracing all the power that you have. Look, he has two big cats and he has them subdued and tamed. They're just waiting on his instruction because he has the present power to get stuff done, to make things happen, and the courage to do so. Fire sign, this is you stepping into your role as the leader of your life because that's the right thing to do, because you said you would do it, and there's no one better for the job. Okay, if you see the way to get things done, this is you having the courage and the self-discipline to do it, to follow through. And how beautiful is this? Because you'll see those tangible results. You'll see the way it affects not only your life, your lifestyle, but yourself as a person energetically. You will feel better about the life that you're living if you're doing better in these areas, if you're courageous and you're taking action to really embody your own sovereignty. And that means not putting yourself, your needs on the back burner. I feel some fire signs here who might throw their plans out the window because someone comes to them out of left field needing something. And Spirit is saying that's not going to fly. Okay, you have to be so firmly rooted in yourself and in your confidence and in your structure that even if something comes from left field, I'm sorry, but you don't have a priority over what I already have going on. I don't mean to get anyone's ass, but sometimes Spirit does. I love you guys. Additional factor here now from the soul's journey. The card is relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And this is like really intricate. A lot of layers, a lot of connections, a lot of things going on right there. Okay. And that's how relationships are, right? And I want to say that the affirmation says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. That doesn't mean I'm attracted to people who are good for me. I am attracted to people who are going to pay all my bills and treat me like pudding. I'm sorry, but sometimes we attract the people who serve our highest good to teach us lessons that we need to know before we move into greater expanded areas of life. And sometimes that means getting strong, carving out those healthy boundaries. Sometimes that means putting relationships into perspective. How much does this matter to me? Do I remain invested? Did I realize that this was what I signed up for? Sometimes these relationships that serve our highest good can be challenges, right? That teach us something about ourselves, about life, that draw something from within us, right? And bring it to the surface that otherwise we would have never tapped into. So fire sign, I feel how you are learning yourself through the connections in your life in a lot of ways. Don't back down and defer to those outside of you, to those connections. Sorry about that. Don't back down and defer to those connections outside of you. You have your own strength, confidence, uniqueness, authenticity, and that needs to be held firmly. That's that present power. That's that courage. Look, this is how I am. This is how I like to live my life. If you don't agree with this, you have your very own life to live. And I feel how some may come on board with all of this because of your position. I want to say to the fire sign, being educated and commanding of your energy will help you. Like when I say educated, like knowing what you're wanting to say, knowing how you want to say it, knowing what you're going to talk about to create the change that you desire, or even to stand up for the changes that you desire to enforce. Okay. Having that foresight and preparedness coming in with your confident energy can really help to sway things and change them in a very positive and bright direction. However, it does take the courage. The courage is there because fear is there. We don't just feel courageous because it's fun. You know, I think I'm going to adopt some courage today just for the heck of it. You know what I'm saying? Hell no, we're afraid. Got to put that armor on. Look out there and say, I'm going to do this anyway. That's courage. I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to wrangle these other people in my life who might seem equally as powerful as myself. However, they're not. It takes courage. And that doesn't mean a lack of fear. That means you're stronger than your fear. You're stronger than your doubt. You're stronger than whatever you're afraid of. Aries. Aries, you've got surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. I love this for you, Aries. Love this. Surrender to success. So I see the mirror here, and I want Aries to begin looking in the mirror and tell yourself, I am successful. I am successful. Surrender to success. I am successful. Anchor that in, because success can mean many things, and success can fall in many different areas of life. Anchoring in the success that you desire, the success that you already have in some ways, that allows it to then multiply and spread into those other areas that you're not quite sure about yet because, I signed up, but I'm not sure I can handle this. Surrender to success. Yes, you can. That's why you're there. You have all the power within you, all the awareness, the knowledge. You pluck it from the air sometimes, Aries, is what Spirit is saying here. Sometimes it just comes to you and you're like, woo, all right. And you have the inspiration and you're able to move forward in a graceful way. Surrender. Surrender to the support of the universe. Surrender to the divine timing and the synchronicity. Surrender to success. Continue to be a good person who does the right thing and does right by people. And eventually, honey, that will come back to you. Eventually that will come back to you. But until you feel it, look yourself in the mirror every day, every time you catch sight of yourself. I am successful. I am successful. And more than that, I am powerful. I am powerful. And you are. Leo. Leo now. The card that you have from Spirit is surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Wow. So, Leo, I can understand how sometimes we may feel defensive, especially when we're dealing with a chronic, problematic individual. Okay. We've got relationships, present power invested. Like, I signed up to be in some kind of connection with these people. And sometimes there's a power struggle. Sometimes I don't know if I can assert my position in this relationship. Right? Sometimes I'm afraid of them overshadowing me or overstepping my boundaries, or I don't like the way I have to be assertive. I can feel this here. So I want to say that every experience, even within the same connections, is a chance for something new to arrive, for something new to happen, Leo. So this surrendering defensiveness, Spirit is saying to make it a conscious choice, to put that down before you proceed. I am safe. I am safe. Because if you're safe, there is no reason for defenses. I am safe. And Spirit wants me to say this, like, this is just crazy. Okay. So I know that we speak about the transition of death, right? And we say, just because the body expires, the soul continues to live on, right? And the soul is intact, and the soul is still the same person that it was during that life and others, right? But it's all an accumulation of the energetic signature of that person. So my soul's in my body, right? So you can't see it. It's in here with me. But once my body's gone, my soul remains. So hold on a second. So Spirit is saying, in essence, nothing truly bad or detrimental can happen to you on a soul level. I know you've heard this. On a soul level, There is no death. On a soul level, there is nothing bad that can truly happen to you on your soul level once this life is over, right? So Spirit is calling Leo here to recognize that even the bad things that happen in life, nothing truly bad ever happens on a soul level. Even if it seems like a negative experience here, nothing bad happens on a soul level. Even if you lose your house, lose your job, have a horrible relationship, a breakup, maybe you've lost someone, nothing bad truly ever happens on a soul level. We come to this dimension to experience all of these things. And sometimes we experience those negative things and become defensive around them. And Spirit is saying to release the defenses, because the experiences create growth. The experiences create the next stage of evolution that you want your life to elevate to. So putting down that defensiveness, because truly you cannot be harmed, can you? Putting the defensiveness away and being open to whatever is really going on and looking at it with clarity. What's really going on, when you can look at it and see what's real and what's true with clarity, then you can begin to make choices from that place that move things in a positive direction. Now, Spirit is also saying this whole surrender defensiveness, to listen and receive people, you must do just that. So often we're in our heads trying to win an argument that we don't hear what anybody else is saying. Leo, Spirit is calling you to listen to the words of others, to receive and process what it is that they're saying, to even use a little tip and repeat it back to them. So I hear you saying that, you're upset because the break schedule's off or whatever, okay? Repeat the phrase back to whomever you're speaking to. That shows I'm interested, I hear you, I receive you, we're on the same page here, I value this. That shows a mutual respect. And then once you give that back to them, don't worry about being caught unaware. Oh no, but I won't have the best thing to say to really win that argument. Then you've not received the person that you're communicating with. You don't need the best thing to say. You need to listen and then say it back to them so that they feel heard. And then give them your take and expand from there. That's where you're going to find peace and harmony and cohesion, at least this week, Leo. You might be dealing with children or like immature people, maybe even emotionally immature people. Regardless, that's a tip for you at work or at home, Leo. Okay, so Sagittarius now. Sag, I love this. I love this. So you are invested here in doing the right thing regardless. I see the healthy boundaries around the relationships because you have the courageousness to stand in your own power, whether they like it or not. I love this for Sag. The card that you have is surrender to joy. Ooh. So look, indignance is what Spirit is bringing to me here. As far as it takes something for us as people to kind of get to a place of, I'm going to keep these healthy boundaries and I'm going to, decide to disconnect with whatever's not working, right? Do you see how my posture has changed? All of a sudden, I'm a little defensive or I'm a little bit at a distance, right? Indignant. I'm indignant here is what I feel for Sagittarius. I'm out of spite almost. There's a touch of harshness to my energy. I'm cleaning things up, but fuck you. Okay. Spirit is saying clean things up and anchor in joy. Positivity. The cleaning is good, but don't stand in the fuck yous. Okay. Decide to shift and now make this yours. Invest in this time, this moment, this space that you've created. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and the easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. And that's absolutely true, Sagittarius, during the hard and the easy times, to plug in joy so that the universe knows that is a pattern that you prefer to have active, right? If I intentionally plug joy into my day, then it continues to manifest in my tomorrow and in my future. But if I stay indignant and I'm cutting away everything and I can't even enjoy my life, then guess what? It's more of the same tomorrow. Spirit is saying surrender to that joy, bring it into your life, allow yourself to embrace the beautiful, clean, clear, energetic frequency that you've created for yourself, and watch yourself grow and expand. Don't shift into those negative doldrums, moody blues or whatever. I can feel how that could be a potential, especially when like it's hard to keep being responsible. It's hard to keep doing the right thing. It's hard to feel like no one understands me, or I need to accept toxic relationships if I'm going to have any at all. It's hard. But you deserve it. You've done all the right things. Now you get to live for yourself. You get to choose how to spend your time in a much more carefree way. And all of that matters too, because it changes the quality of the vibration that you are embodying. And that manifests your future. So stay high vibe, surrender to joy, keep being healthy in these areas, and watch things improve, Sagittarius. Love that. Love that for the fire signs. Fire signs, that is what I have for you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And we are going to be doing a group pick a card message. Oh, just wait. From this one. So we're going to be getting a group pick a card message from the Spirit Junkie. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's going to be 1, 2, or 3. Boop. Who's ready for this? Oh, hold on. This is number 1. This is number 2. Number 3. Can you see him there? Kind of. 1, 2, and number 3 is kind of hidden. Live or on replay. Pick your card and message. I'm going to pick number 2. I'll play along. Why not? I'll pick number 2. Wow. Did any of the Leos pick number 1? I'll just say this. Any of the Leos pick number 1? If you were drawn to pick card number 1, your card says, I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. Card number 1 here. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless. I am at peace. Sometimes it takes a lot of energy, right? To, what is this? To kind of assert our position. I feel how sometimes it takes a lot of energy to assert our position, especially to people who can't receive it or can't really wrap their heads around it. Spirit is calling you right now to stop beating a dead horse, okay? And if you can agree to disagree and make peace with whatever that is, it is worth more in that way than allowing it to weigh heavily on you and keep the argument going. Okay, I feel here how sometimes we just have to agree to disagree with others, and that can create it. And you know what? I don't have to control this. I don't have to know the answers. I don't have to make you be a certain way. I can be at peace with releasing my need to be right about everything and just let everything be as it is. Number 1. That's fucking right. If you were trying to pick card number 2 like me, I want to say this is absolutely on point. When I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. Fucking A right. And Spirit is encouraging you to do just that. When you see the good in others, speak it, say it, let them know, let others know. Compliments are free. And that is the quickest and easiest way to uplift any situation if it is due, especially if it's unexpected. Okay, the pleases, the thank yous, telling people that they look nice or that they did a good job, all of this matters. And, sometimes it feels good to help strangers or to say things that uplift other people. But what about the ones that you see every day? The people in your home or the people at work, right? Those people that you kind of get used to seeing, and you kind of get used to their habits, and you kind of get used to just whatever. And you forget to say, hey, that was a great dinner that you made. I really appreciate it. You forget to say, hey, you look really nice today. I love that blouse on you. It's very flattering. You forget to say these things. So Spirit is calling you to speak When you see the good in others, speak it out. That reinforces it with positivity, and it encourages the soul that is that person to strive to be that magnificent all the time. It really does create an activation that ripples. So continue to speak it. Don't be afraid and don't hold back. Number 2. If you were drawn to pick card number 3, the card that you have says, the difficult relationships in my life are the perfect mirror for me to look more closely at my own behavior. Wow. So this card's pretty deep. I gotta say this. This card's pretty deep. The difficult relationships in my life are the perfect mirror for me to look more closely at my own behavior. So this really says, like, when people are doing things that you don't care for, I can see how you'll say, my behavior doesn't mirror theirs. That person spends all the money, or they talk too much, or whatever this is that gets on my nerves. Their behavior is not mirroring mine. I don't talk too much. I don't spend all the money. I don't have their same bad habits. It's almost like their bad habit is overshadowing your boundary, and you're not stretching in and filling the space of your boundary. That's why it's a mirror. You're depleting and giving them too much space in your life. That's the mirror. So put it where it is in perspective. The relationships are a mirror of you, not necessarily in exact, you're doing the same thing, but you're allowing the space for them to take that up in that way. I hope this makes sense to you. Number 3, when you recognize that maybe, the perfect mirror is a dysfunctional relationship that I have with my sister, for instance. Me and my sister have a toxic relationship. She's mean to me, etc., this and that. We're not mirrors. I'm kind and she's mean. But she says all these things and you don't say a word. You're not reflecting that same beingness of yourself to combat the negative energy that she's adding into your relationship. Recognize, and that's just a general, put whatever it is in there for you. There's a reflection of non-participation in which, if you were able to assert that, maybe that reflection on the other end would also change just a little bit, maybe drastically. You'll never know until you start to take action. Number 3, and that's what it's about, taking action, speaking up to create those changes that you desire in the relationships that matter most to you. And that is what I have for us today. You guys are super awesome. How did you enjoy the broadcast here in my office? This is the first Zodiac Monday in my office, and I think it went rather well. I think it's all right. I think we'll probably be able to do it like this. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know. And if you guys wanted to check back onto my YouTube or my Facebook, I'll be editing these videos and chopping them up into little bite-sized pieces with timestamps so that you can check those out later. And if you wanted to connect with me on a deeper level, I offer one-on-one private sessions via Zoom or telephone call, or even right here in my office. I have new text options, so you can submit your questions and I'll text you back, or we can chit chat for about 10 or 15 minutes to discuss whatever's going on with you. Those are my quick service text options. I also have tarot videos for orders, so you get to pick your tarot spread. I do a video and read your cards, and I talk to the camera like I'm talking to you. And then I send that right over to your email address, and it's private and discreet, and you get to watch it again and again on the replay. All of my private sessions, 30-minute or 1 hour, all come with a digital recorded copy of our session, so you can watch it again and again also. So if you wanted to connect with me on a deeper level, my links are in your description box. I also want to let you guys know that I'm going to be putting together a few different personal coaching and mentorship packages that are going to, these will be one-on-one packages that I'm going to be offering in the near future, where I will be your coach for 12 weeks. And we will work together week to week, and even sometimes on the daily, to move through whatever areas of focus you decide to choose through your coaching package. So I'm going to have a few different options. I'm very excited about this. So keep your ear to the ground and keep an eye on my page, because you guys will be the first to know. And I'm very excited. I want to be available for you in that capacity to work through what's really going on and help you get to brighter states of being, because that's truly what it's about, is creating the life that you desire and stepping into it. So I'm excited to be pulling this together for you, and keep an eye on that. And I hope you guys heard whatever you needed to hear today. I hope you are riding the wave of what's going on in the collective and it's not too much for you. I'm sending all the love. I'm sending all the blessings. I'm sending all the prayers. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you on the next one.